So a crushing win for India in that first test match, and it was on the back of a performance for the ages. Jasprit Bumrah has been talked about for a few years now as one of the best bowlers in the world, and in that spell he showed just exactly why. Not only was he fast, but he was also accurate, and he swung the ball, and when he swung the ball at the kind of pace that he did, the West Indies batting simply had no answers. 5 wickets were actually bold dismissals, which tells you that how difficult he was to face on the day. Jasprit Bumrah really showing why exactly the quality of a bowler of his kind can be the difference between test teams. The West Indies were functional, they were alright as a playing unit. However, India were exceptional, and they were exceptional because of the performance of Jasprit Bumrah. Now, while India will take away a lot from this win, especially with their bowling coming as good as it did, they will also be pleased with how they batted, especially in the second innings. They had a bit of a stumble in the first, but in the second, they got a great performance out of Ajinkya Rahane, who in fact scored runs in both innings. He got 100. This was his first 100 in a couple of years in Test cricket. That will give him a lot of comfort. And Hanuma Vihari, who was introduced into the side, there was talk about whether he should be playing or not, but he got 90 odd and really gave India the kind of score which was going to be well beyond the West Indies. So the lineup that India went in with, there were question marks about that lineup and the decisions made. However, in the end, it proved to be correct, and now Vihari would believe that place at number 6 should be his for the next few test matches to come. So with the first set of World Championship points, 60 points in fact now already in India's bag, the second test match in Jamaica really is the problem areas are all for the West Indies. How do they counter India's superior bowling lineup? How do they play against an Indian team which seems to have all its bases covered? From an Indian point of view, very few real concerns. It would be unlikely now that Ashwin can break into the team unless India play with a 5 bowler strategy and play 2 spin bowlers. And the only other minor concern for India is KL Rahul's iffy form, or maybe even Mayank Agarwal's at the top of the order, but they are very small problems compared to the West Indies. One would imagine going into that second test match starting next weekend that India would really be in the driver's seat against the West Indies yet again and come away from this series with a 2-0 win.